Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. Today we will learn how to make this bracelet. I just have started this bracelet. It came out really nicely. So I just started only 3 links. I'll show you guys how to make this. For this project you need some beads. I have here some 6 or seed beads in orange color, and then a blue, and this one is 6 by 4 crystal roundel beads, and a toggle clasp, and some big jump rings, and some bead caps, and spacer beads. And this is a small turtle charm that I have in antique copper, and some daisy spacers, and some head pins. So these are the materials that we need. Let's get started. It's pretty easy, and mainly we need 20 gauge wire. I'm using antique copper 20 gauge wire from parawire.com. So you can order online, and you can also get this parawire in other online stores like Fire Mountain Gems, Amazon, and everywhere. So I'm just going to straighten my wire, and of course for the tools wise we need nylon jaw pliers, wire cutters, tweezed nose pliers, round nose pliers, and one more bent nose pliers just to open and close jump ring. And then what we need is a ruler, and I'm measuring about 2 inches of my 20 gauge wire. You can also use 22 gauge wire, but you should do wrapped loops in my opinion. So I like 20 gauge wire. So we cut some length of 20 gauge wire, and okay, now we got a 20 gauge wire, and then you should cut the ends flush, and that will give a nice finish. Okay, there you go. And it's not wise to do it all at the same time. And then what you need, you can also use 22 gauge wire or even 24 gauge wire. 24 gauge wire is a little bit pliable, so the shape of the bracelet might change as you wear them. So 20 gauge wire is best, especially for this rolling technique. Otherwise we need to do wrap loops here. So let's start. Take your round nose pliers, and then keep this wire against your index finger and start rolling to form a loop, just like that. Then go ahead and continue the loop even. So this is like a loop, but I don't want you to straighten it. I just want to continue your loop like at least twice or so, as you can see. And then I'm going to straighten it. I want both the loops to sit right next to each other, just like split ring, jump ring kind of a thing. So I just want it like that. And then I'm gonna add a seed bead, then a daisy spacer, and a crystal, and a daisy spacer. These are 4mm daisy spacers, and a seed bead. So you can use a crystal, bicone crystal, or any seed beads, and or any beads you want here. Doesn't have to be this one, but I really like the idea that it is small and it's nice. and it's colorful. I really like this blue and orange color combination. And then the same thing, I'm just going to roll 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 the wire until I reach the bead. Once I do that, I just press it so that the loops are consistent with one another. Straighten it, and I want these two in the same direction possible. Okay, there we go. That's our links. So I will make 2 links per jump ring. So all you need to do is make a loop, just a regular loop, and then continue the loop one more time. So, and then once you have that, then add your beads, any beads you want. Whichever beads you have available, you can use it. There is no rhyme or reason that you have to use a particular one. I'm using these beads because I have these available, but you can use any beads you want. And if you want, you can use a spacer bead, or if you don't want, you don't have to use a spacer bead. I thought the spacer beads adds really nice design to the project. That's why I'm adding it, but you can always skip it if you don't have it, or if you want, you can add more. It's totally up to you. So I'm just going to bend this wire after the beads, take my round nose plier, start my loop, and continue making my loop until I reach the bead. So the only thing is it has to be as straight as possible. I don't want it to be in a different direction, otherwise your link will wobble. So now we have this. Now all we need to do is take our round nose needle nose pliers, or tweezer nose pliers in my case. Take another I'm here taking a bent nose pliers, opening up my jump ring. This is a big jump ring, and I'm adding 2 of these links. First I will add a seed bead, like a 6/0 seed bead that we were using right now. You can use any big hole beads you want, doesn't matter. And 2 of these links, and then I'm gonna add 1 more seed bead, then 2 of these links. In my case, I have already made this link a little bit, so I'm just adding those. In your case, you'll be adding 2 more links, that's all. And once you add all of that, just rotate this, hold your bent nose pliers or another needle nose pliers, and then close your jump ring. That's all to it. So here we go. Here is our, see, this is why I want this to be straight so that it doesn't wobble or so. So we are adding jump ring in between every 2 links, and then we are adding seed beads in the jump ring as well, just to hide the plain jump ring, that's all. And it you get a movement there, so it looks kind of nice. Then I'll make 1 more link. So take the 2 inch of 20 gauge wire, sorry, take your round nose pliers and make a loop, and continue making the loop for two times, and then adjust your loop. All you need to do is now take your beads, whatever beads you have available, you can use them. I'm using here 6x4mm roundel crystal and 6/0 seed beads. If you have, you can use the daisy spacers. It adds a nice element. So, and then go ahead, and my loop is horizontal, so I want to do the loop in the same direction. Excuse me, I forgot to add one more seed bead here. So there we go, one more seed bead, and keep your pliers on top, bend the rest of the wire, put it against your index finger and make a loop. And loop, continue making the loop until you reach the bead, and then make sure these two are facing the same direction. So that's your component. Let's do one more. Take your round nose pliers, make a loop. Doesn't matter how big a loop it is, you don't have to make a really big loop. And then take it, press it, adjust your loops. I want it to sit right next to each other. And then seed beads, daisy spacer, crystal, daisy spacer, and seed bead. Then bend the wire, take your round nose pliers and roll it towards the beads until you reach the bead. There is your other component. Go ahead and straighten the loop. So we have the second component ready. As you can see, the small tail is bumping out. So all you need to do is put your round nose pliers and just press it with the outer mandrel, and then it will kind of just go ahead. Or you can do it with your pliers. That's it. So here is our link. All we need to do is take another jump ring, open it up with two pliers, add a seed bead, and then two of these links, again a seed bead, then two of these links, there we go, and then close this jump ring. So here we go. So we shall make these links up till the length that we need for the bracelet, and this is about 5 inches. So one more link, and then we shall add a jump ring at this end and then connect it to our toggle clasp. I'll just be back. Hi friends, welcome back. I have added this and it looks like it's 6 inches, so if I add one more link, that will add 7, and we will not be able to add a toggle clasp, as we cannot end with just jumping the toggle clasp, otherwise it will the toggle will not go inside. So I have decided to use lobster claw clasp, and that will be very simple and straightforward, I think. but we can also custom make the end part, or we can just add a jump ring, a seed bead, these two links, and then a seed bead, and then the lobster claw clasp, and then close the jump ring. There we go. Just make sure you close your jump ring properly. Okay, now this is what I have so far. Let me measure this, and see, this is 6.5 inches, so we still have 1 more inch to fill up. So I'm just going to make an ornate end for this bracelet. So we'll take about 3 inches of wire. I'm just eyeballing it. Let me measure and see how much I have here. Yes, 3.5 inches of wire. So then straighten your wire a little bit, and I want to use this pliers. I think these are bail making pliers, and I want to use the biggest mandrel in this plier. You can use any object which is round. A marker or so would also work. And then what I'm going to do is about 1/3 of the wire, I'm just keeping it and bending it just like that. So this is like about size of our jump ring, as you can see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the shape, and I'm going to make all the dangles that I want to make. So I have here some small head pins, and then I'm going to put a bead, and then put a bead cap on top, bend the wire on top, and take your round nose pliers and roll. You can also roll a little bit more, or you can just do a basic loop, whichever is fine for you. There we go. So one dangle is there, and the other one, a seed bead, a crystal, and a daisy spacer, and bend the wire, make a loop. So here we go, 2 dangles and 1 more. You can take a bead, a spacer, means a daisy spacer, a crystal, and the small bead cap. And then you can also add this spacer bead, and then just bend the rest of the wire and make a small loop. So we have a couple of tangles ready. You can also make a big tangle, it's up to you, doesn't have to be small. You can make a big tangle also with wire, but I'm good with this. So what I'm going to add is I'm going to add all my charms right here. In my loop, and then I'm gonna take it and wrap this wire onto the big wire. Just make sure you tighten your wrap as you go. Tuck in the tail. And then this is what I have so far. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to add one more seed bead and a decorative bead such as this, and then I didn't even add this charm. Okay, let me try this charm here. Okay, this charm has a hole like this, so here we go. And this is what I have so far. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to bend this and make a big loop. I'm just keeping it in the middle of my pliers and going as big as I can. There we go. And then I will open this loop and add my dangles to it. And then close the loop. So here we go. Our bracelet is done. Let me just move this and show you guys. There we go. That's our bracelet. And then it comes and connects like this. So, and we have our dangles like this. So I really like this bracelet. You can wear it for spring, summer, whichever season you want. And that's how it looks on my wrist. Very colorful bracelet. And this is our lobster claw clasp here. And it's not very hard to put on this big lobster claw clasp with this big hoop. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos a couple of times a week. And see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.